What's up? This is Andre Allen, and when I listen to satellite radio, I listen to Sirius Hits 1.
That's good. Just make it a little funnier.
Funnier?
Put a little stank on it.
Stank.
Nice and funny. Go.
What's up, This is Andre Allen. Or scratch my nuts, that is.
First take was good.
In 2005, Time magazine voted today's guest the funniest man in America. By 2010, the former stand-up hit it big with Hammy the Bear 1, 2, and 3.
You got Hammy time. It's Hammy time.
You can also see him getting married to reality star Erica Long.
Where's my kiss?
Do we have to do this on camera?
Not on camera, it doesn't exist.
I don't feel like doing funny movies anymore. I don't feel funny.
Save some of that stuff for your Times interview.
I just want a decent story. You give me a couple of really honest things, I will be more than fair.
This is Chelsea Brown. She's doing a story on me. No snitching.
Come to me, baby girl. I'm gonna turn over like an apple pie.
You know what? You just ate an apple pie, you fat mother.
I love myself. Things are changing. You need to wake up and smell the progress.
No. You things never change.
Thank God things change.
Look at this. Black man trying to get a cab in New York City. Taxi, yeah! Do you think the wedding is hurting me?
Are you kidding me? Andre, this thing flops. We could be talking Dancing with the Stars, man. Hold on. What is going on? Where's Andre running to?
Zoolander's in the conference room.
Ben Stiller's in the These white people don't tell me.
Why don't you just skip the hat questions and go right to something good?
All right. How come you're not funny anymore?
Everybody's funny or drunk. You ever see Oprah drunk? She's hysterical.
This my town. Anything you need, you let a brother know. Weed, drink, serve. You want some of that, sir?
I got married a lot of times. I wasn't into the wedding. I should have been into the guy, as you should be into the girl.
My top 5 is Jay, Nas, Scarface, Rakim, and then I might let Biggie get in there. My 6th man's LL Cool J. Before the show!
Play hard.
Hey, Dre, you mind if I get some of them hangers, man? I need some wood and hang. Oh, damn it. They got the lock on them. They got the lock on them. They hip to your boy.
This looks like a fantastic movie. There's so much to discuss here, but the first thing I want to say is that when I was watching the trailer, I noticed the back of the head of Leslie Jones, and because they have her voice, but they're filming her from behind. Of course, the trailer wouldn't feature her because she's an up-and-coming talent, but I was so happy to see her involved in a movie like this because she is the SNL writer who's starting to get some on-air work. She usually does Weekend Update kind of monologues about being a single woman, but she's also been, I think, now in one sketch, the NFL, felony charges when they say those instead of their stats. I think she's a very talented comedian, and I'm so happy to see her getting some more on-camera opportunities in a feature film. Chris Rock is obviously noticing and honoring a lot of talent here, bringing really a who's who in terms of this certain corner of Hollywood together here, and I think it's very exciting. And not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera. When you look at the talent who are producing this, I brought up the list, and I'm just so impressed with who's come together here. And I hope that we see this kind of partnership in the audience as well. Chris Rock, let's just be honest here. I think on the surface, it would seem like this movie was only directed at a certain demographic, which in itself is good because this type of film made with, by, and for largely, well, I don't think, ideally they'd like everyone to see it, but obviously the studios are counting on a certain audience to turn out. And so far we've really only had comedies and melodramas. But now we have a wonderful, slice of life of Hollywood kind of introspective film. I mean, this is a movie that's a common, well, not totally common, but it's a known genre in Hollywood. Birdman is a great example. That's a big awards contender. And now you have top 5. So I think that's exciting in and of itself. But Chris Rock is a crossover comedian. He has a lot of appeal across the board in terms of demographics. So I hope that he helps get more people in to see this in this movie. I mean, if you're not trying to see every movie that's coming out, you're missing out on some great movies. I really enjoyed No Good Deed, for instance. I thought Think Like a Man 2, not the greatest comedy ever made, but a really good time at the movies. And so I think you know, if you're not trying these movies, you're the one who's not having a good time. So I think that it's great to see Leslie Jones. And now let's do the behind the camera talent before I got distracted for a moment there. Now, Scott Rudin is producing this movie. Scott Rudin is a fantastic awards-friendly producer who has a lot of prestige in the industry. He's not as well known publicly as Harvey Weinstein, who is really considered his biggest competition within the industry. So I think it's interesting that one of them has a higher public profile than the other. But Scott Rudin's a more private person than Harvey. But anyway, very well respected. Really helped Wes Anderson's career get off the ground. Really a good guy to be hooked up with. So I think it's great that he's behind this movie. But then you also have Jay-Z and Kanye West as producers here. They're co-producers of the film, and I just think that's very, very exciting. And the whole movie looks very good, and I think that it's interesting to see this discussion about race in America evolving. I'm going to review Dear White People probably early next week, and that's a film that also addresses this. And in my open for that, I talk about Boondocks and also the book Stuff White People Like, that blog that turned into a book. Now, even the new sitcom Blackish. And I wonder how long this conversation will be relevant, as things I think are changing very quickly, but it's an interesting discussion to have. And just the way the conversation itself is changing, I think speaks to the larger picture. I'm glad to see Kevin Hart here. I really want to see him break out. I want to see everybody involved here, not only diversify the offerings in this type of movie that's made, but to break out. And the better these movies get and the more prestigious they get, the more non-black audiences are going to be willing to try them. Now again, that's on the fault of the non-black audiences, but it's a problem that actually exists and needs to be fixed. And I think movies like this could fix it. So how does this look to you? This looks very, very good, and I'm very happy for Chris Rock, who he's written and directed before, but I don't think anywhere nearly with these kind of results. And also Tracy Morgan, how nice is it to see him? I'm not sure if this was filmed before or after his accident, but we're all rooting for him, and I'm glad that he's pulled through, more or less. He obviously had some complications. But anyway, fabulous trailer. Please write your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning into my review, and you can check out some more episodes right now.